So this is oblique asymptote. How to find out? Okay. So if the coefficient of highest power of x and coefficient of the highest power of y are not constant, then we cannot find out the asymptote which are parallel to axis, coordinate axis. Okay. So if it is oblique asymptote, how to do this? So oblique asymptote means, let one of the asymptote is y is equal to mx plus of c is the asymptote. Okay. And let p be any point on the curve. P be any point on the curve. So suppose this is the point, this is the asymptote, this is the curve, and I am taking this point P. Dropping perpendicular. So this length is a small p. Okay. So small p will be what? Y minus of mx minus of c divided by root over 1 plus of m square, right? This is the p. Now when x tends to 0, because this is oblique, right? The asymptote is oblique like this. It is a straight line which is oblique. So at infinite distance, when we move towards x, if we increase the x, okay, so when x tends to infinity, this curve may come closer to this and tends to 0. Okay. So this is what I mean to say. So when x tends to infinity, this implies p tends to 0. P tends to 0, right? So I can say that limit, if I take the limit x tends to infinity p, so it will be p tends to 0, right? P tends to 0. Limit x tends to infinity y minus mx minus of c divided by root over 1 plus m square. Okay. So I can say limit x tends to 0, so x tends to infinity, y minus mx minus of c is equal to 0. Can I say this? Because this is 0 and this denominator is independent of x, right? So I can omit this root over 1 plus of m square. So this one, if I say like this, y minus of mx minus of c is equal to 0, right? Because c is constant, it doesn't depend on x. Okay. Let me remove this. Fine. So now the same equation I can write like this: limit x tends to infinity y minus mx is equal to c, right? So this will give you the c value. So we came to know about c. We found c is found now. Okay. Now next, same thing I can write in this manner also. The same equation I can write in this format also: limit x tends to 0 infinity y minus of mx minus c is equal to 0, right? So if I divide throughout by x tends to infinity y by x minus m minus c by x, right, is equal to 0. So what you get? Limit x tends to infinity y by x minus m minus limit x tends to infinity c by x is equal to 0, and this will become 0, right, because x tends to infinity. So this will give you limit x tends to infinity y by x minus of m is equal to 0. So here m doesn't depend on x or y, right? So when I take this function, so limit I'll write, I think it is not visible, right? Okay, I'll write here. So limit x tends to infinity y by x is equal to m. So now we know both m and n, so m is found. So we have got m, we have got c. Now you substitute in y is equal to mx plus c. I know the m, I know the c. C is this and m is this. So we came to know the asymptote, right? Okay, thank you.